Ladies and gentlemen, a shed update. And as you can see by my high-tech graphic that I have displayed here, an indoor shed update. And the assistant's going a little, the new assistant likes to talk a lot. It's been hot here the last couple of weeks here in the great state of Oklahoma, which it's expected, but it's been, I just had not had the time to, don't even want to go out there because the heat it is just on. So I thought, do an indoor shed update. And last couple of weeks, I've been cleaning out a lot of stuff around the table here and everything. And up on top on the shelf was I did keep molds for. I used to cast kits and everything, and some of them were, let's just say, improperly stacked, just some of them were just quick molds that I had to do just to make the part. And a lot of it was to sell, a lot of it's, some of it was for me. Like I had to pull that apart. So you ripped it out because it just sat for many years. This was I was trying to make a kit for the uh, Atlantis flying saucer for the Washington Monument where it crashes in it. But anyway, I did a vacuum form buck out of it and did that. This one was fused to it, as you can see by the rubber there. I had to pull that off, and that mold is Dr. Evil. And it's just one of those. The molds are good. Some of them are shot, as in warped or everything, but you throw some away that are bad, and some of these, you just start cutting up into chunkies. So when you pour resin, you pour the chunkies in. You use less rubber, and the chunkies will build up the volume. But anyway, there's that. I have been cleaning out molds here lately. I may try to show some more. Basically shoebox totes. I try to keep everything in it. Each kit. It's just a lot of a collection of molds that I have, and I've been trying to clean out, and because I don't do that anymore because 3D printing basically took over. And speaking of that, we are at the shed workbench, or the indoor shed workbench, and model building. Now the collecting part is quite all right. I'm quite happy with that. That never changes. There's stuff I want, but actually to build a physical model kit, uh, you know, glue, styrene, and everything, there ain't nothing that just grabs you by the cojones, if you will, just sucks you in, And I know a few other people in the same boat I am in, as in trying to find a kit, something that just. But I did find a 3D print kit, and I haven't quite decided. And again, before I show it, I am an amateur. I am still learning. I'm learning how to do the braces on it so it'll print right. But they had this one little file, and I was like, it needs. I got to figure out how to do the supports. But they had basically a 30-second scale hover tractor. I thought, that is just odd enough to do it. And you can see where it's all, uh, you know, no supports, everything. And again, I am learning. I don't. There's a lot of tutorial videos, but some of it's just techno jargon. Trying to find the one video that speaks to my level so I can put the supports on that. But anyway, I'm learning, and my next printer is going to be, this is the FDM. I'm going to get the resin one next, just to have both. But anyway, I thought that was cool at 32nd. I thought maybe a little bit bigger, make it 1/24 fifth scale, somewhere around there, keep it with the car, which that'd probably be about that big. But anyway, I was tinkering with that, and I thought about like a broken down hovercraft tractor too. I thought might be, but anyway, that was modeling wise. That is about all I've really kind of done here lately. And speaking of, since we're in the indoor shed, you probably can't see it, got me a new chair. I actually broke my last one. This one makes no sound. I had to spend a little money for it, but they had a crush box, and they even took off another percentage off that. I was like, I'll take that one. And the arms come up, it's just great. And the cat even likes the chair, so that's a plus. So new chair, and hopefully we can think of a model kit to build for the other side of everything. One thing, well, I do have action figures, but that's other videos down the road, so we'll I'll jump that bridge once we get there. So, adding to the Ark, which once it ever cools down, we will get to. And I just picked this up. Went to a local garage sale around here in town, found this, and now I haven't opened it yet. It's taped in 3 spots, so we will see. That's one thing I don't like when you buy kits. I know why people tape them, because the boxes are shot, but I prefer them not to be taped because I even like to look at them when I buy them at garage sales or stores. But this is the Martin M130 China, or the Tricom clipper here, and this is the old Glencoe one, which I assume Pyro or Lifelike or someone else of that nature had it at one time. So let's see what we got. Again, taped. Why? Anyway, whatever. See what happens. I always like to, when people put paper in, I like to find the date on it too, just for, well, decals ain't bad. I think it's all there. It is, well, I'd say kind of started. They got the glass in. No big deal. But anyway, that was a find, I thought. At a garage, of course, I pick up almost all models at garage sales. It's just one of those things. This paper was Monday, May 28, 2001. And anyway, I like to add a little detective work, going through kits, make sure everything's there, and finding stuff that shouldn't be in there that you got to take out and all that. But anyway, when it gets cooled down, we're going to be adding the Martin M130 Tricom clipper to the Ark. So, also another thing I'm going to be adding to the Ark, and I have, well, where is it? Well, one moment, let me find it over here. All right, I'll get that handy. We're going to be adding the Tamiya Electric Handy Grill. I have 2 of these, you know, because that's the way I like to work here inside the indoor Ark. And this is I think one of the greatest hobby tools ever made, as in when you put it together and use it, it's got a very, very, you know, speed. I mean, it just doesn't melt plastic. It really just grinds it and really gets in there, and you know, just less chance of damaging a part and all that. And I can't remember why I bought 2. There was some reason. I think it wasn't working, and then I fist of rage, I think I slammed it, and it works fine now. Oh, that's right. Don't have the stop in there. When I lost it somewhere. But anyway, one thing I do recommend if you buy the Tamiya drill is get the chuck that houses the micro bits, and that's always hard to find, even when you're looking. And then when you do find it, it's not the right one, because most everything is tiny, tiny, tiny drill bits. But it's one of the, I think, greatest things Tamiya's ever made. It's just excellent. So I thought, well, I have 2, and if everyone goes out, I have another one. But we need to start adding tools to the Ark. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, for the indoor shed update, again, while I was cleaning, and I thought I'd show something that's got a lot of dust on it, that's sat for a long time. This, I'm going to have to get a new bag. This is the tidal wave, the original sculpt tidal wave to the flying sub, the Mobius flying sub. And this was supposed to go to I think a Comic Con. And the guy that sculpted it, he didn't have the means to mold it. And there was no one in town at Comic Con or California-ish area that could mold it in time. So they contacted me to get it molded, get one copy sent back so someone could paint it. So they sent it to me, and I can't remember where. Now you notice it's, and here's my bag of stuff here. When it shipped to me, it was shipped double box, wrapped up really good, and there was a couple pieces. Some of it was broke off. I had to put that back, resculpt it with Super Sculpey, which he's done here. Get that blended in. I had to make a quick glove mold for this. Pour one kit, send it off, and then Jimmy Flintstone got the mold that I made, and he got to finish making the rest of them. But I had to do that one. Now I've had this since a very, very long time. If you can find this Comic Con that's got the Mobius booth with the flying sub, that's how long I have had this. And you can see where it's cracking and everything. It's a beautiful sculpt. I wish I could. I'm trying to find a way to keep preserving it. That's why it's kept indoors. And the reason the pieces are broke off because when I molded it, I had to mold it, and if you mold something that's clay, it's going to break. It's just the way it is. You really just can't help it. Plus, I had less than 2 or 3 days to do it. To pour it, let the rubber cure, pour it, and ship it back out. And that was something. But anyway, that's a little modeling history here. The original Sculpt 2, the Mobius flying sub tidal wave here. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to show that. I thought that was it's a little modeling history. Think that it can never go into the shed. Would like to, but this will always be a indoor Ark antiquity. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. The first ever indoor shed update. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode.